You want them thinking about this, not worrying about this. But Tim Michaels would allow guns on school grounds and let teens buy AR-15s and red flag laws that help prevent school shootings. He says they won't happen here. It's another reason Tim Michaels' radical agenda is a risk we just can't afford.
Blood donation helps people survive the toughest part of their life. But life is so much more than just surviving. Every drop of blood can become someone else's experience of a lifetime. When you donate blood this summer, you're giving the gift of moments that become memories. Your blood donation, their summer. Schedule today at communityblood.org. The Community Blood Center, connecting lives, sharing life.
Straight ahead, a local food pantry is seeing a huge jump in customers while inflation rises. We'll tell you how they are handling the increased need. Plus, we'll take a step back in time where an Eagle River woman is teaching people about the town's history. And the housing market may be slowing down, but rents keep rising. What one economist says is creating an affordability crisis for renters. Your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. News Watch 12 at 5 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan. Over the past year, the prices for food have risen 10.9% nationally. That's putting a lot of families in a tough position. Many are turning to food pantries, and a local pantry is definitely seeing a difference. News Watch 12's Kyle Pozorski explains.
We consistently serve a minimum of about 600 households a year.
The Rhinelander Area Food Pantry is a staple of Oneida County, but right now
we're seeing an increase in costs, food costs, gas costs, housing costs, all of those things.
Due to inflation and rising costs seen across the country, places like the Rhinelander Area Food Pantry are seeing an increase in demand for things like chicken soup.
We do see an ebb and flow based on our local economy.
Over the past 3 months, the pantry has seen an increase in demand by 25%, and Smith believes that rise will continue when a change to SNAP benefits takes effect in October, reducing the amount families receive from the government program.
So they're going to go back to that $20, somewhere in that range.
She says this could bring in even more customers eager to save money.
That will definitely have a large impact on their household income and also on who will come to the pantry for services.
Even with the increase in demand, Smith says the pantry is in a good situation with ample support from area residents, which she believes makes them a great asset for people with food insecurities.
We want people to see it in terms of a way to leverage their budget if they need to spend more money due to rent increase. This is a great way to fold back into their household income.
The pantry distributes food on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Reporting in Rhinelander, Kyle Pozorski, News Watch 12.
Meteorologist Conrad Sipinski joins us now. Conrad, a pretty nice day out there in the Northwoods.
Yeah, it was pretty nice and warm out there today, Dan, but the tables have turned. Take a look at this graphic. All of this showing up here right now, the yellow and the green, that's rain and thunderstorms. So we're out of luck. We had some sunshine earlier. I know it was nice and pleasant, but now it's that time. Those scattered showers and thunderstorms are starting to roll in. Couple of stronger storms in the UP, non-severe storms at the moment. That is a good sign for us. Still a good amount of rain lingering even in Minnesota right now. A couple of thunderstorms there, non-severe as well, but the yellows is indicating some stronger storms, a couple of lightning strikes there as well. So anywhere south of Highway 8, closer to Wausau and south of that, you're going to get a good amount of rain, especially a stronger storm moving in within the next hour. So get ready. The meter is showing non-severe storms, so don't worry about anything really ramping up. They might get a little bit on the stronger end, some heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds, but overall we're looking pretty good. Temperatures are also looking pretty good in the 60s and 70s. More coming up later on. Dan.
Thanks, Conrad. A Wisconsin organization is awarding grants for domestic abuse shelters. The money will be used for legal assistance. One of those grants went to a local shelter. News Watch 12's Hans Luck stopped by Haven Incorporated in Merrill today and has more. Hans?
Dan, domestic abuse is a problem that affects millions every year, and unfortunately, many victims are unable to leave their partners because of financial and legal issues. Haven Inc. and Merrill is hoping to change that. They recently received a $20,000 grant from Wisconsin Trust Account Foundation, or WISTAF. Executive Director Kim West says this funding will allow the nonprofit to cover victims' legal fees. Haven was able to use the funding for 44 victims' legal fees last year. Ms. West says that these are just some of the small victories that she hopes will lead to a decline in domestic violence. If you or a family member would like assistance for finding legal aid in regards to domestic violence, you can reach out to Haven or your local domestic violence help center. WASA's Judicare Legal Aid also received funding from the grant. Reporting in the studio, Hans Leck, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Hans. Foggy conditions and a semi-fire had officials urging Highway 51 motorists to give a little extra time during their commute this morning. These are photos from the Village of Maine Fire Department. Maine is in Marathon County. According to the Marathon County Sheriff's Office, a tractor trailer caught fire overnight along Highway 51 between Merrill and Wausau in the Village of Maine. Crews were able to put out the fire, but cleanup continued during the early morning hours. This caused a single-lane closure of southbound Highway 51, and the foggy conditions this morning didn't help. Officials said the fire started in the rear of a semi-rig. The driver was able to safely get out of the cab without incident. Bird flu is blamed for the deaths of at least 700 wild black vultures at a Georgia animal sanctuary. Officials at the sanctuary were told the vultures tested positive for bird flu, and state authorities have since culled as many as 30 birds at the facility. Black vultures are the only species to test positive for the H5N1 strain, according to officials with the Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary. The state's Department of Agriculture set up a 6-mile perimeter around the sanctuary to contain the spread of the highly contagious virus. An outbreak of bird flu led to the deaths of about 40 million chickens and turkeys this year. A new place to have dinner and gather with friends opened their doors last weekend in Crandon. Northwoods folks can step foot into the previously named Crandon Hotel and experience it for the first time as 1930 Jameson's Inn. Newswatch 12's Michael Lodholtz has the story.
Like a disappearing dreams.
I love Crandon. It's home. It's where the family is, and it's all 4 seasons, and you can't pick a better place to live.
Growing up in Crandon, Stacy Jameson dreamed of owning her own supper club downtown, and now her dream is a reality.
It is sad to see a business that is not open on our main street, and it's so important for the community.
Downtown Crandon welcomes a new business this week. Historic Hotel Crandon is now 1930 Jameson's Inn Supper Club and Bar, and the new owners are looking to add a little bit of rejuvenation to the community.
It's going very well. We have all our friends and family and local supporters.
Wilson is excited to finally follow his passion for cooking in his very own kitchen and learn from their new executive chef, James Meller.
My background is Cajun French cuisine out of Louisiana, so that's a big influence on my cooking, but besides that, I still try and bring in the Midwest.
Meller hopes to draw people in with new flavors and tastes, like the duck with a blueberry demi-glace, along with familiar classics. The owners are more than willing to help drive the community forward through hard work.
It's hard being your own boss. You know, everybody thinks it's great once you get into that entrepreneurship, but you put more work into it than one can even imagine.
In Crandon, Michael Lodholtz, Newswatch 12.
Folks looking to stop by can experience the live music and food Wednesday through Sunday all year long. A local library is holding a lecture series for the community. Coming up on Newswatch 12, the program is giving an in-depth look at Northwoods history. That's after weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
I worked really hard to save for retirement, worked all the hours I could, whatever it took. But Ron Johnson thinks we should consider raising the retirement age for Social Security and Medicare. That's a terrible idea. And he voted over and over again to weaken and cut Medicare, driving up our costs. Ron Johnson even wanted to privatize Social Security, calling it a legal Ponzi scheme. Tell Ron Johnson to strengthen Medicare.
Have you heard the term fiduciary before? According to Investopedia.com, being a fiduciary means being legally bound to put your client's best interest ahead of your own. Did you know that registered investment advisors have a fiduciary duty to clients? But broker-dealers just have to meet the less stringent suitability standard, which doesn't require putting their client's best interest ahead of their own. At Bushko Wealth Management, all of our advisors are fiduciaries to provide our clients more peace of mind. Call us today or go online to schedule your complimentary review.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
To get through to the final, you've got to do something spectacular.
This was perfection.
Only 2 acts can go through.
America, vote, vote, vote.
You're going to be a superstar.
Capital One College Bowl.
I'm pumped up.
All right, pace yourself, bro. Rival colleges competing for $1 million in scholarships. I'm your host, Quiz Show King.
No comment.
Capital One College Bowl premieres September 9th on NBC.
Good afternoon and welcome back. So it was a pretty nice start to the day, but look at this shot behind me. These are some darker rain clouds. That blue indicated here is just an outside shot from Rhinelander. So get ready. That rain is right around the corner. It's pretty much knocking on our door. Indicated here in the green and the orange. Same thing with the yellow colors indicating some stronger thunderstorms popping up. Nothing severe at the moment. We do see a couple lightning bolts, especially by Wausau and south of that. So this band of rain will be moving in very, very shortly. It's going to come in with a punch. It's not going to be a long-lasting event, but it will bring some pretty heavy rain. So get ready for those stronger rain squalls to really move in. But it isn't looking like much. Like I said, a couple of thunderstorms, especially by Wausau, south of that. Same thing by the UP and northeastern part of the state. So it is looking pretty mild for some thunderstorm action going on today into tonight. This meter is showing pretty much non-severe storms across the state. A couple of marginal spots by Eau Claire, La Crosse area, just west of Madison. Those will not be stronger. The next couple of hours is the strongest part of these storms. Later on overnight, they will continue to dissipate and move out of the area. So by later tomorrow, we're going to be in the clear. Same thing for Friday. We're going to have lots of sunshine. So get ready for some beautiful weather en route. First, we need to deal with that rain. I know it's a hassle. We've been getting some on and off rain. It is summer though, so some scattered showers and thunderstorms are not anything raw or something out of the ordinary, but some of these locations might come in with over an inch of rain. Anago, Rhinelander, pretty much across the map. It's not going to be a big rain event like I mentioned, but it is coming in with a vengeance. This year we do have a pretty much above average for our precipitation. We're coming in with over 21 inches of rain. Our average is supposed to be closer to 19. So we are almost 2 inches above our average rainfall this time of year. So add more and more to that. It is pretty much more of a rainy season this time of year. But talking about temperatures now, our average is supposed to be in the mid-70s, close to 76 degrees. Earlier today, it was looking beautiful. We had temperatures in the 80s when we had some sunshine. Now we're back into the 70s. And indicated here in the yellow is some cooler temperatures. That's because of the rain. So once that rain comes in, it's really going to cool things off from the 70s into the 60s just like that in the matter of minutes. Dew points aren't looking too bad either. They're a little bit on the muggy end right now, but the next couple of days they're going to look nice and dry, as our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show beautiful weather Friday and Saturday before more chances of showers and thunderstorms by Sunday and Monday. Dan?
Thanks, Conrad. The Eagle River Chamber of Commerce is kicking off the Labor Day weekend with a fireworks display on Friday, September 2nd. Fireworks are scheduled to begin at dusk above the Vilas County Fairgrounds. This show comes after the 4th of July fireworks were postponed due to the weather. Throughout the summer, the Walter E. Memorial Library and the Eagle River Historical Society held bi-monthly guest speaker events. Their last one was today. Guest speakers from the Northwoods area as well as across Wisconsin came in to give lectures on state history. Eagle River Historical Society Executive Director Karen Saylor said this summer's series was a total success.
We have had over the years a variety of speakers, both institutional, directly from the Historical Society, and those like Mr. Clark speaking today, who have come in from other places.
Mr. Clark focused on his youth growing up in the Oneida Reservation in Wisconsin. Saylor said Indigenous history was a theme this summer.
Topics over the years have ranged from a number of local history issues. We also have brought people in to talk on a variety of issues. This summer, we did focus extensively on Native American issues.
Saylor said that the Eagle River Historical Society plans on continuing the summer lecture series next year, as well as holding several lectures through the upcoming winter. It turns out a lot of Eagle River folks are passionate about history. There's a regular history tour of downtown during the summer. Newswatch 12's Derek Dryfirst spent the day with Lizzie Lumley to talk about her tour.
Eagle River, known as an escape with beautiful scenery, yet many people probably don't know the history this town holds, ranging from gangs, bank robberies, and numerous fires. But the seemingly unknown history is what led Lizzie Lumley to start her own tours in the town 7 years ago.
So this building is one of the oldest standing buildings left here in Eagle River. It was our bike shop, but a new place has bought it, and they're going to turn it into an antique store, it looks like. But now the signage that is exposed shows Bradner's, which he was Eagle River's first mayor from 1937 until 1947.
Some of the buildings that are highlighted during this tour include some of Eagle River's oldest structures.
So this building behind me, it used to be a hotel, and it actually had a third story to it, and it looked like this. And it was Eagle River's tallest building until our courthouse was built.
While some buildings went through drastic changes, others remained the same.
This photo, which was shared with us by the Eagle River Historical Society, was taken in about the 1910s. A few things about this photo to check out is this building right here, which is the one right behind us, hasn't changed really at all. We've been lucky. Wall Street is pretty much the same since it was first built up.
With the tour, you'll learn many different aspects about the town, like how it was home to some Chicago gangs, how a robbery took place at Eagle River's First National Bank, to even just how they kept their customers cool.
We had dirt roads until the 1930s, and that's when they became paved, and our sidewalks were wooden planks. One side of the street has awnings where the other side of the street doesn't. Because of the way the sun travels, they didn't have air conditioning back then, so they used the awnings to keep their shops nice and cool.
Reporting in Eagle River, Derek Dryfirst, Newswatch 12.
If you'd like a tour with Lizzie, go to eaglerivertwistedtours.com. The housing market is cooling off a little bit, but that can't be said about rent prices. Coming up on Newswatch 12, how inflation and rent go hand in hand. We'll be right back.
Ever dream of a charming toy store with unique toys, games, and puzzles? A store that encourages unplugged and active play, discovery, and imagination. It's real, it's Imaginuity. Visit our beautiful new store in Minocqua soon.
Medicare beneficiaries learn how the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Oneida County may be able to help lower the cost of your Medicare premiums and deductibles. Through the Medicare Improvement for Patients and Providers Act, the Aging and Disability Resource Center is available to help educate beneficiaries about the low-income subsidy program for Medicare Part D, Medicare savings programs, and Medicare preventive services. Call the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Oneida County or visit online for more information.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer during the final days of the Summer Supercharged sales event. You still have time to lock in your order on select Ford vehicles, and we'll lock in your rate. Even if rates go up before your order comes in, you're protected. So stop by your Ford dealer today during the final days of the Summer Supercharged sales event. Hurry to lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months on select Ford trucks and SUVs, only at your local Ford dealer.
Stony Creek Home and Garden in Minocqua carries a great selection of stylish and extremely durable outdoor furniture. View the finest brands such as Lloyd Flanders, Pollywood, Ebel, Jensen, Seaside Casual, and Jensen Outdoor, and at competitive prices. Create the outdoor room of your dreams. Liven up your home with flowers, trees, shrubs, ceramic planters, and many more greenhouse wonders. View Stony Creek Home and Garden's unique items just south of Minocqua on Highway 51.
Big changes are coming for tens of millions of Americans with student loans. Today, the Biden administration announced it is forgiving up to $20,000. Most will receive $10,000 of debt relief. Here's a look at what's included. The $20,000 forgiveness is for those who went to college on Pell Grants. Forgiveness applies only to those earning less than $125,000. For remaining undergraduate loans, people can cap repayment at 5% of monthly income. Biden is also extending the payment pause on federal student loans for the last time through December 31st. It was previously slated to expire at the end of this month. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul says the state's school safety hotline has received around 1,000 tips this year. The Speak Up, Speak Out hotline launched in the fall of 2020 to provide a one-stop shop for reporting potential threats to school safety. In Wisconsin, the school safety hotline has received more than 3,600 tips since its inception. The most common tips reported to the hotline involved bullying in 2022. Kaul said he expects to see continued demand for the hotline. Rents are surging from coast to coast, forcing tenants to make difficult decisions when it comes to their bills. A recent report found more than half of surveyed renters saw a rent increase in the past 12 months. It comes as new data released this week points to a possible housing market slowdown. In today's Consumer Watch, what it all means and what's behind the affordability crisis.
If your rent is going up, you're not alone. Despite new data showing the housing market appears to be slowing, rents are still high and soaring across the country.
Yeah, I pay it every month. I don't pay it on time. I pay it when I get it.
A recent survey by housing lender Freddie Mac found nearly 60% of renters saw a rent increase during the past year, while just 38% of renters say they saw their income go up.
There's times when I get nervous too because I have to prioritize, you know.
Rent's going up for the same reasons that everything is getting more expensive. There's just more money flowing around in the economy from the lax monetary policy of the last 2 years, and that is coming home to roost.
Meanwhile, a report out this week shows new home sales fell by 12.6% in July from the previous month. That's according to data released by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development and the U.S. Census Bureau, which points to rising housing prices and rising mortgage rates for the recent decline in sales.
We don't have enough homes in this country, so people are scrambling to find open apartments. Apartment rents are going up, and it's just really difficult for anybody who's trying to make ends meet.
Daryl Fairweather, chief economist at Redfin, says there are some places where rent increases are starting to slow, including some major cities like San Francisco.
People aren't going to tolerate those kind of rent increases. With remote work, they're going to pack up and go somewhere else where their money can get them further.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Here's Mandela Barnes avoiding questions about his unpaid taxes.
He stormed out of an interview after being asked about his unpaid property taxes.
Barnes also paid no income tax, yet Barnes supports Biden's tax increase on working families and an army of new IRS agents to audit middle-class families. Mandela Barnes, higher taxes for you, unpaid taxes for him. Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
They want to talk about property taxes.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. See seal coating and blacktopping, residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
The White Oak Grill at Chippewa Retreat Resort is open this summer, Wednesday through Friday, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Our casual menu has quick, delicious food made from scratch. No reservations needed. Come on in and sip your favorite libation and enjoy grass-fed steak and steak burgers from the Great Wisconsin Steak Company. For our menu and ordering carryout, text White Oak to 33733. White Oak Grill on Deer Park Road in Manitowish Waters on the eastern shore of Lake Manitowish.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
All right, Conrad, an Army veteran in Madison got a cool new set of wheels. The Paralyzed Veterans of America surprised Irvin Mulkey with a new mobile chair at an event on Tuesday. It looks similar to other wheelchairs, except it has tank-like tracks instead of the standard wheels. This chair is designed so Mulkey can play adaptive sports, hunt, and fish. He served as a tanker in the Army and was injured during Operation Desert Storm. That one looks pretty sweet, Conrad.
Yeah, that looks amazing. I mean, it seems like he's winter ready, wouldn't you say?
Right,
with
yeah,
those wheels?
treads.
Yeah, I would assume for the ice and the snow. I mean, I know I'm not winter ready yet. Definitely not. I know you folks aren't either. Dan, you're probably not.
I'm not winter ready, and I will say, you know, today it felt pretty hot to me. In Madison, it was probably even a little worse, but is that going to continue? We're going to keep getting some hot temperatures here?
Yeah, so today was a nice day, but we will actually get some more 80s actually back in the forecast next week. So actually end of this week into next week. So don't worry, folks. It's going to get warm. Just because we're cooling down right now doesn't mean we're not going to warm up. We actually have some showers and thunderstorms in the area right now. Doesn't look like it's anything severe. It should stay non-severe. There will be some stronger storms, though, especially closer to Wausau and just south of that. There does look like there's some thunderstorms showing up there right now, bringing some heavy rains, gusty winds, and maybe even some small hail, half-inch at that. So it doesn't look like it's going to be anything widespread or anything very severe at the moment. Temperatures are pretty warm. We were in the 80s earlier today. Now we're at a 75-degree reading in Rhinelander, but take a look just west. 60. So that is where that rain is. It's just around the corner. So get ready. It's about to start raining in Rhinelander, but we finally clear up by the weekend. Friday and Saturday looks pretty clear.
Okay, we'll have an updated forecast from Conrad at Newswatch 12 at 6. We'll see you then.